How you doing, my people of the left-hand path, my people of darkness? What I want to talk about today is demonic paths and being genuine. Okay, this is important, because if you're not genuine, you won't have your manifestations. And what I mean by genuine, you have to be honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with anything, entities, people, nothing. And what that will cause the journey to be very painful for you. You will lose a lot. You will be terrified. Um, it will be very uncomfortable. You will lose everything, in a sense. Now, whenever you contact a prince, a duke, the prime minister, anything of the infernal empire, whenever you contact these beings, you have to be honest. You can't outsmart something that's never lived on this side. It's impossible. They help shape this. They help shape us. In a sense, we created in their image. We're allowed to we created in God's image, but that's another story for another video. But anyway, me myself, I started a pact. I signed a petition a year ago with 2 different entities. You really shouldn't tell people who you did it with. I feel, in a sense. I learned that the hard way, and I was told that keep your pacts personal, because they're personal. That is for you and the entity, and you and the entity only. You should. Let me go back to what I was saying. Since I signed my pact, I got everything I wanted, and at light speed. It actually was pretty shocking, but I received everything that I wanted, everything. But you still have to do the groundwork. You still have to do what's required of you in that petition. If not, you will reap the repercussions of it. It's like, excuse me for the beeping. It's like you have to keep your word, because your word is not all you have, but it is very genuine. Contracts are valued even in the spiritual world, and yes, you sign it in blood and things of that nature, but if you genuinely haven't denounced Christ, what's the point? If you genuinely, not being afraid, because everyone starts out afraid. If you genuinely not comfortable with what you're doing and don't believe in what you're doing, they're gonna know. There's no way around it. How could they not know? They're not idiots. Look at the Croatia. They teach everything. Everything of the Croatia has taught everything that man has. Have computers, fucking internet. Everything comes from them. Sometimes I sit up and think, well, I wonder how Bill Gates really came up with those ideas. Until I started studying demonology, and everything comes from them. Science, math, everything. So how can you try to outsmart them? That's why I love the lesser keys. I love reading upon them, but I'm not a big fan of entrapping them and all. Because you really think that Solomon got away with that? Genuinely speaking. Let's speak from a common sense standpoint. Do you really think he got away with that? They just bent to his will, and there was no repercussions. All of the great 72. I'm highly skeptical about that. But at the same time, I'm not a great magician as the king was. But let's just use a little common sense here, Also, don't tell people what you're doing if they're not of you. And what I mean by that, don't tell people what you're doing if they're not into the same thing that you're in. You'll be surprised how hypocritical the Christian, Jehovah's Witness, any of the mainstream religions, you'll be hypocritical. You'll be surprised how hypocritical they are. You know, or maybe you won't. That's maybe the reason why you're here. You know, and the reason why you're here is also extremely important. Don't be here because you're lost or because you're mad at Christ or something like that. Because you're not gonna get what you're not gonna have the manifestations that you seek, because your intent is all fucked up as far as why you're here. You know, me personally, how I got introduced to demons and things of that nature, I just wanted to see. Really. I just wanted to see. And I couldn't believe all of this information was in front of me that I didn't realize. And the further that you get into demonology, writings by Albert Pike or writings by Michael Ford, just different writings from different things, from different people, the deeper that you get into this, then you realize that everything around you comes from the demonic side, pretty much. Everything of this world. That's what it seems like to me. Everything. They have everything. They have given us everything. I wouldn't even be able to communicate to you guys if it wasn't for them. With this beautiful platform, Facebook, things of that nature. This light that's on. This telephone that I'm using. It's all of the Croatia. It's all of them. It's amazing. You let the Holy Bible tell it. After the fruit was eaten, we realized we were naked, right? Whatever. But I mean, if you look at it that way, we know a reason we're wearing clothes. Awesome. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna babble, but just be genuine. You don't have to learn Latin. You don't have to, memorize 3,000 pages of a book. Because the truth is not wrote down. It's not told. It's only realized. That's it. No more, no less. And as I make more videos, I had other videos, but I took them down because, I live in a small town. It's this big. Once they found out I was Luciferian, these people went bonkers. Now I'm at a point where it is what it is. I don't do this for attention. I don't do it for, if you're doing this for time, attention, clout, you just want to be gothic or some bullshit like that. No, it's not gonna work for you. And you will be shunned by people that's been doing this for 30, 40 years and things of that nature. People that have sacrificed so much. I've sacrificed so much. So much. And you can only sacrifice things you love. Not little bullshit. It has to be something that you love. It has to be something of value. If it's not something of value, how could it be a sacrifice? Exactly. How could it be? That makes no sense whatsoever. You can't make a pact or draw your sigil and summon something and then run to a church. That makes no sense. A petition is like a marriage. But there's no divorces, depending on what you give up. I'm out of here. This is Carson Daly. Good luck.